Okay, well, I don't know if this is going to stay up. I've been trying to do live stream for the last, well, since I was in Ottawa, and it just keeps on dropping. So I'm not sure what the heck's going on, but here I am again. So I'm now in Toronto, and I thought, once I got home, I would do a little live stream just to, sort of update, everybody on. So I'm home in Toronto. Was walking actually home, but cheers, Mark. Hi. So yeah, I just thought I'd see if I could do a live stream and update people what happened in Ottawa, and say I was back home and say thanks for everybody, doing what they did. And yeah, this YouTube just keeps on dropping on me, but it seems to be staying. So we'll see. So anyway, I don't want to get into the whole Ottawa thing too much, but thanks for everybody who was there. I think we actually did a pretty darn good job of letting those MPs know that we're not going to just sit still and allow them to have traders going in and out of the House of Commons. But that they need to be called out. They need to be gone before we have anything being done in there. Let alone an election. So, and the reason why I think we actually had an effect on them is because I think it was so they had Monday, maybe, I don't know what day, but on Wednesday maybe, or whatever day it was, that I noticed that the heckling that goes on, right? And the heckling that goes on in the House, I heard on the Conservative side them calling out, they have to name the traitors or whatever they exactly said, but heckling that these traitors have got to go. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe we did have an effect. And then a few days later, I noticed on a couple of the Conservative members of Parliament X accounts that they had released the names. And I'm like, well, maybe we actually had an effect, that they're picking up on this. I know some of us talked to a few members directly and said, and me included, and said, you've got to release these names. So maybe we did have a real effect, that we could see. So I'm wearing my shirt. Freedom is not freed. I don't know if you can see it there. Hard to know who we should vote for if we don't know who are the traitors. Well, I agree, we have to. So this is my shirt that Paul from Canadian Free Living gifted to me. And so you can see on there, it says, anyway, this is what am I looking at? It's hard to see. Oh yeah, the lineup there between protesters and the police. And this is our good friend Clayton on the ground here with the police standing over him. Now Clayton is a brave man who went to Ottawa, and I've done an interview with him before. But very quickly he heard about the truckers going, if I'm wrong, Clayton, sorry, but he said he decided he was going to go. He got a trailer and packed it full of stuff, whatever, granola bars, I don't know, like a bunch of stuff to bring. And so he brought it to Ottawa February 2022. And he was there for, I don't know how long, the whole thing, I don't really know. And anyway, he went on, I guess, probably February 17th. I'm even guessing on the date that, when the police came in, the Emergency Act was invoked by our good friend Justin. And Clayton decided he was just going to lay down. So there's Clayton laying down. And of course, he got thrown in a paddy wagon and charged. So he has a few charges: mischief, resisting arrest, etc. He will have his court date October 10th in Ottawa. So all being well, I will be there. I plan to be there and support Clayton. And so Ottawa, yeah, we had a good crowd of people there, and we let them know that we're not going to stand idly by while they allow traitors in the House of Commons. And like I say, I think that we've had some indication that they heard us, but we have to keep on saying it, So today Pierre put through his motion for non-confidence. Of course, it got voted down. The NDP, you know, as much as Jagmeet's like Mr. Tough Man and, oh yeah, Trudeau's bad and, you know, whatever, he's weak and everything, but he still votes him to stay in power. Jagmeet, you're probably the weakest man I've ever met. So then, of course, the Bloc have got their power in which they can use, and, you know, so be it. That's the way it is. And they say, if you give us what we want, we will, hey everybody, we will, of course, you know, then we'll vote with you. Or, you know, if you don't give us what we want, you're out. So they've got, the Bloc have got the Liberals kind of by the short and curlies. And but they're, you know, NDP is still holding them up. But, you know, Pierre put it out there, just plain and simple. And if anybody watched Question Period today, you could see Justin Trudeau going off the rails a few times, many times. You know, he just gets up there and yells and, you know, goes a little bit nuts. And there was a little fun around Tom Clark. Tom Clark being the Consul General for the United States, who has his now, you know, luxury condo in Billionaires Row, and so they just had a little fun about that. Somebody shouted out, "Oh, Trudeau, did you have a bath in the copper bath?" Hey, Mike, you know. Anyway, there was a little commotion. You can go on to Question Period yourselves and go find that. So yeah, I'm just walking home, and I seem to be keeping this live stream up. I did one, and it just dropped, and then it, you know, then I resumed it, so it seems to be holding its own. And I just want to come on and say hi. That now that my live streams seem to be working, I'll do some more, whatever. And this I have in my hand is a copy of Bill C-293. This is scary. I don't know, we'll see. Derek and I may do a Black Flag Media talking about it. And, but I also did a live stream with Dr. Sam Dubé about it. You can look down there and find it. And he talks about kind of the dangers of it. But, you know, when I look at it, and if we do this live stream, this is what I'll be saying. But here's the first little bit. This scares me right off the bat. So they have this summary. I'm going to show it to you. Hang on. So they say it's a summary, right? So they say this enactment enacts the Pandemic Prevention and Preparedness Act. Now here's the scary part. To require the Minister of Health to establish, in consultation with other ministers, a pandemic prevention and preparedness plan. Now, for those of you who don't know, which probably is none of you that are watching this, but our Minister of Health currently is Mark Holland. Like, seriously, who the hell would want Mark Holland to be the one in charge of a pandemic Prevention and Preparedness Act? Oh my God, so that scares me the most. That guy's crazy. No, I don't. And basically this bill, I haven't read through it, but I'm starting to. It basically gives the power to the government, with the Minister of Health being the head of the whole deal. So can you imagine Mark Holland? Yeah, it's a super serious issue. And we, you know, and they, of course, you know, when they put it through the House was June 5th. Well, June 5th was, I don't think it was the last day, but it was one of the last days that the House was even sitting. Like, we're not even, you know. Oh, hi, Catherine. Dear Lord, help me. I love your shirt. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's scary as hell. And, you know, they just pass these things through, and I think, you know, I just had this thought today. I probably had it before, but it occurred to me again today. Like, what is the problem that, you know, you could go on a, oh, hey, Suzanne. Man, I haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're doing well. I heard about your trip to Myrtle Beach, or the one, you know, on your way back, so hope all is well with that. Anyway, we'll catch up sometime soon. So, um, so I thought, well, everybody has a member of parliament. And why can you not just be on their mailing list, which you probably should be anyway? And then when a bill is brought forward, they could just email, here's the bill, let me know what you think. How hard would that be? Seriously. And then we reply to it or not, those that just don't notice anything. But, these things get passed and we don't even know that they're even happening in the first place, even for some of us that keep a fairly close eye on things. Yeah, for 6 years. Well, you're at this longer than me, that's for sure. So, anyway, like, what is the problem with that? Just send us an email, say, hey, we've got this bill 293 that puts Mark Holland in charge of your health and your pandemic. and let's see what, oh, there's somebody's got a flag there. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. You don't see too many Canadian flags in this neighborhood. Anyway, I thought, well, that would be a fairly easy solution. Of course, they don't want that solution, but I'm going to put that forward, They don't care. Yeah, I know they don't. But, yeah, I know you're saying they don't care. Well, they don't care, but we've got to keep on hammering at them. That's our job. It's not an easy job. Nobody ever said it was. And so here we are. So, yeah, I'm going to give this a little study and see what else this nonsense says. But if you go on that live stream with Dr. Dubé, and I know, oh yeah, did I say Paul from Canadian Free Living gave me this? Yes, I did. And thank you, Paul, if you see this. And please, yes, go on to Canadian Free Living. He did a bunch of film during Ottawa, but he also did some highlights from Dr. Dubé's talk that he had. I did it live stream, and Paul filmed it, and then he took bits. And I don't they talk about pandemic, but they don't actually define what that means. And they talk about risk, and they don't talk about what the parameters of risk means. So it's just really up to them. They can call anything, hangnail, sorry, pandemic, big risk. It's really up to them. It's like carte blanche for them to name it and then say what we have to do. So that's not good. Nice to see people's flowers out, eh? Yeah, so yeah, look at all these nice mums out here. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. So yeah, in Ottawa, I think was the time I was there in Ottawa, and Right Blend and Chris Stacy. Hi guys, if you see this, thanks for your. Basically, yeah, I see that basic income is coming up too. They just, it's like getting, it's just like getting grenades thrown at us all the time. Like, we don't even know what's next. And like, we haven't even dealt with the last bonfire, holy mackerel. So I forget what I was saying, but oh yeah, Chris Stacy and Right Blend. I think, it was really nice for me. Thank you. What's this? Awesome dance school. There we go. With Chris Stacy and Right Blend, we got to talking to some of the members of Parliament, and Chris was filming it, and Right Blend was asking the questions, and some good hard-hitting questions, and did some really good street independent citizen journalism. So it was really my pleasure to work with you guys, and hopefully we'll do that again. And yeah, and we just got to keep on them. I mean, we don't really have a whole lot of choice. So that's, I don't know, what else can I say about that? We don't have a whole lot of choice, so we got to take the rug out from under them. And I'll get into some other things. I'm just walking home, so I don't want to get into too much here. But I really kind of wanted to just mostly sort of check to see if I could live stream. So it seems to be working. Oh, thank you, Carrie. You're always sweet to me. and to see if the live stream was working, and it seems to be okay, although it dropped and I had to resume it. So maybe there still is some kind of weird problem. I don't know. So what am I up to next? Not really sure. Might be going to the bridge in Niagara Falls on Saturday. Might be doing a Black Flag Media. Oh, thank you very much. With Derek in the next day or so. Don't really know if that, we're just talking about it. To mostly like to talk about this Bill 293, so I do have to study it up. And then Saturday, yeah, to the bridge, maybe over to the States. We'll see how that works out. And then, I don't know, got a few things lined up. But, things just come as they come. So if you're going to have rallies or you're standing out there in the West Block or up at Trudeau's office or wherever the heck you are, or at school things or city councils, way to go, guys. Like, seriously, it takes us all, doesn't it? It's amazing how many people do what they do, and I appreciate every single thing that everybody does. I really do, because it takes all of us. It's such a bottom up situation, or bottom up resistance to all of this, and we just do what we do best. We do what we're called to do, whether it feels best or not. We just do what we're called to do, and I try to do what I feel like I'm called to do, and here we are. So yeah, I'm almost home, so I'll say goodbye. Thank you very much. I appreciate what everybody does, and I totally appreciate when you guys say thank you to me. I do. It helps. Drew likes bottom. Carl. That's funny. I guess he may do. But, that's his right to do so. We just want him to be honest, do your life. But be honest and but I don't think Trudeau has the capability of that. I think he's lost. I think he's gone. And as sad as that may be in someone's life, I think that's the truth. He's gone. He's kind of danced with the devil. He's done. And I do want to say, well, to everybody who, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say this, but to everybody who lost somebody because of these shots, how can we not feel our hearts are with you? And, Bev, it was my absolute honor to stand with you in Ottawa this last week and stand beside you while you confronted Trudeau and you confronted Jagmeet, and it was completely my honor. So thank you for that, and thank you for what you're doing. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say goodbye and just keep on going that way, going home. All right? Bye, everybody. Let's peace and love, and let's make Canada great again. Okay. Bye, everybody.